We may have a rocky road ahead when it comes to the release of the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This week's development live stream showed us some insight into what's not ready and what still needs a lot of work to be done before the release of the new sim. We have all the details in this week's sim update, including the big previews and announcements and release news from third-party developers. Let's jump straight into the video. A quick disclaimer: if you're here for the 2024 sim update news only, skip to the last third of the video, but feel free to stick around as we have a massive week when it comes to the announcements and release news. But before we get into that, feel free to consider subscribing to the channel and hit that subscribe button. It's like putting fuel in the plane and keeps us going each and every week to bring you the best flight sim content we can. So that being said, let's jump into this week's previews and announcements. Just Flight's latest release is expected very soon. The RJ Professional is close to a release candidate. The team have been sending out pre-release versions of the RJ to content creators this week. The team aims to release the RJ between the 7th and the 14th of November. Prices will be £52.49, €64.95 or $69.99 USD. Owners of the 146 will qualify for a 20% discount, and a bundle deal for the original 146 Professional and the RJ Professional together will be available. Just Flight aims to have this product in 2024, but with all developers, it's early days when it comes to getting their aircraft ready for the new sim. If you want to check out the RJ in action, feel free to check out one of our live streams this week, as we will be including the RJ in some of those streams. Land's 3 simulations announced this week. They are set to release their VRAS system very soon. The virtual runway awareness and advisory system is designed to replicate the functions of this real-world system, delivering runway alerts and advisory directly to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Every feature operates exactly like the real world and can be customized to your preferences. By the time you watch this video, the Lands 3 VRAS may even be released, and it is exclusive to the Control Store. Some of the features you may see with the release: it works with all airports and supports all aircraft types, display alerts on the PFDs, auto updating, multiple voice options, no performance impact, and it helps to create a more immersive flying experience. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out the VRAS over at the Control Store. It may be released, or it may still be coming soon by the time that you watch this video. PMDG this week released plans of its future Boeing 747. The team plans include a whole 747 lineup, including the 100, the 400, and later variants such as the SP and Air Force One. We should expect to see the 100 and the 400 models first. PMDG have mentioned they have gathered a range of data from direct access to real-world 747 airframes. So far, the team has been working on the 3D modeling and programming and have been collaborating with industry experts. PMDG has mentioned that the new 747 product lineup will release exclusively for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. As for the Boeing 777 freighter, the team is delaying the release as they are planning to support both 2020 and 2024 sims, and the team is taking the time to work through the clarifications of what is needed for the cross platforms. PMDG plans to take advantage of the delay of the 777 freighter with the 2024 sim and make some improvements to the main deck cargo system, lighting adjustments, and door control functions. Obviously, we will keep an eye on all the PMDG updates so you don't have to, so feel free to hit that. Taxing over to this week's release news, and I'm sure this comes at no surprise, but the fly-by-wire team has released their Airbus A380X Open Alpha. The A380 would have to be one of the biggest expected releases in the flight sim history, and with development time well over 3 years, it's been an exciting week for many simmers. The Open Alpha release marked the first opportunity for simmers to experience the Airbus and provides a solid foundation with ongoing development and refinements. Simmers can expect a few quirks during these early stages of the Alpha. Despite being a Alpha, the A380 already has some other advanced systems that we haven't seen in other airliners, such as brake to vacate systems, runway overrun warnings, onboard airport navigation systems. The fly-by-wire team confirms that the A380X will be compatible with the upcoming Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sim, and they had been testing the A380X while the tech alpha was up and showed some significant improvement when it comes to performance. You can pick up your copy of the fly-by-wire Airbus A380X through the fly-by-wire app, and I would just like to say a big thank you to the team for all their hard work. This is a great community project and it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost any money. Absolute legends in my opinion. Quick Flight this week released its B1 Lancer for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is going to be compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is the second release from the team after their B2 release earlier this year. 104 B1s have been built across 2 manufacturing periods. The first one was in the 70s and the second one was in 83 to 88, and there is still a bunch of B1 Lancers in service to this day, close to 50 years of flight, and it's still planned to be in service until 2036. Some of the features included with the release is a CFD flight model, functional CDU, wing sweep effects and handling, fully functional hydraulics and bleed air, simulated electrical systems, supersonic flight, supports VOR, ILS and ADF, and a usable autopilot panel, and it comes with a bunch of real-world and fictional liveries. You can pick up your copy of the Quick Flight B1 Lancer from the i9 Build store. I'll leave a link in the description below. In some airport releases this week, SoFly has released its St. Paul's Apostle Airport. This is the second airport we have seen the SoFly team up with Sky High Studios, and they've applied some of the lessons they learned with their previous airport in aim to create an environment that captures an atmosphere at a regional hub. This airport is North Macedonia's second busiest airport and is located in the northern part of Macedonia. Many real-world airliners fly in and out of here, including TUI, LOT and Wizz Air. The team plans to release an update to ensure its compatibility with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 at no charge. Features included with the airport is highly realistic details included in all the structures, the aprons, the taxiway, parking areas and hangars. All new interactive scenery tech, which airport doors open up as you get close, and car park barriers will also open up as you get close, which is a great addition considering when we have the walk around feature in 2024. I have a funny feeling we might see a bit more of this, and it's good to see these guys applying some of this new feature in this update. Dynamic snow builds up, stunning approaches over the lakes, and you can pick up your copy of SoFly's St. Paul's Apostle Airport directly from the SoFly store or the Control store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Lining up on the runway for this week's sim update news. This week we were again treated with a new development live stream in the lead up to the release of the 2024 sim. This live stream was all about the InSim marketplace and the SDK, which had feedback about the SDK. Now it's been in third-party developer hands for a couple of weeks now. The development live stream had some insights into how the sim is looking into the lead up of the release of the sim on November the 19th. So let's take a look at some of the highlights. Developers have been having an issue with the current SDK LODs and backwards compatibility, which was caused by an update from the Microsoft end, and now that's been fixed. The team is waiting for this update to go live. Currently, at the time of the development live stream, there is 137 bugs that have been reported with the SDK. Asobe went through some of the main bugs and that have been fixed and which ones are a work in progress. Out of the 137 reported bugs, the Asobe team has processed about 30% of those. The default EFB for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is optional for third-party developers and doesn't need to be incorporated into this aircraft. However, it will enhance the experience for simmers. At the time of the development live stream, there was 8,300 plus products being ported from the 2020 Sim marketplace to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. 2024. These products will be in the 2020 format and placed in your marketplace purchase folder. These products have been ported over in categories of the developers themselves and will not require a developer sign off to ensure that they work. However, once across, developers will be notified to let them know that their products are available to test, and once the test process has passed, that said product can be sold in the 2024 marketplace as a compatible 2020 product working in 2024. I hope that makes sense, but in other words, all your 2020 purchases products in the InSim marketplace will be available for you on day one. However, if devs want to sell that product in the new marketplace store, they will need to follow the testing process to get that signed off to be a compatible 2020 product to be sold. For launch, the Microsoft team is expecting to have very little, if not no, 2024 content to be available, or 2024 products as I like to say it. For launch, the team is expecting to only have first-party products and 2020 products that have been signed off from developers. 2020 products to be upgraded, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 designated products will be pretty much all post-launch. To be honest, this is kind of to be expected, in my opinion, considering developers have only had an SDK a month before the sim being released, and by the sounds of it, the SDK is pretty buggy. Third-party developers will have the option to charge a upgrade fee on the InSim marketplace for the 2020 content to be upgraded to 2024 features, but it's up to the developers to decide whether or not to charge this. This is very interesting to see which developers will take this option. Of course, we will be following all of these developers and their existing upgrade products to the new 2024 version. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, we'll keep you updated. So smash that subscribe button, and thank you very much for your support. The 2020 satellite imaging will be the same as it is now for at least 2 months, and we won't see the 2020 sim satellite imaging being updated until sometime early next year. Weapons will now be included in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 marketplace. These weapons are only displayed on the aircraft only, so gone of the days where you would have to go and buy it from the developer directly. Weapons will be available for aircraft, so that means our friends in Xbox land can see weapons on some of their military aircraft too, which is a good move. Jorg, the CEO of Flight Sim, also mentioned they are working hard to make sure that the 2024 sim is backwards compatible, and also mentioned there is a chance that the InSim marketplace may not be available on launch, but the team is doing everything they can to ensure that this is the case. So that's very interesting. From the sounds of it, the Asobo team and the Microsoft team have a lot of work ahead in the lead up to the last couple of weeks of the release of the 2024 sim. The next development live stream scheduled next week will go back to first party aircraft side of things, and the main developer we will hear from is I&I Build, showcasing 2 of the default Airbuses. I think it was originally planned that we would see some first party airport developers, but they've actually gone in and doing aircraft this time around. Moving over to this week's development backlog list, we have seen a reduction of 39 to a total of 222 new products waiting to be put into the InSim marketplace. Aircrafts are down by 3 to 29, missions are down by 10, sceneries are down by 7, airports are down by 7, and others are down by 4. This week on the InSim marketplace releases, we did have 2 release days, and considering Monday's releases were so small, we're just going to combine everything together. So this week on the marketplace releases included a total of 84 products. 43 of these are compatible on PC and 41 are compatible on Xbox. 1 new aircraft this week, which is another version of the Hercules from Captain Sim. The other releases were made up of 4 livery packs, 18 mission/training packs, 6 night lighting packs, 1 sound pack, and 14 airports. I wouldn't expect to see many high-end products, especially aircraft, hitting the 2020 store in the lead up to the new sim. I would expect many developers to be very busy developing their existing products to be compatible as a 2020 product for 2024, and then going and working on 2024 upgrades. Thank you for getting this far in the video. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below on what your predictions will be for the marketplace and the state for third-party products for the launch of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And if you haven't, consider hitting that subscribe button before you jump over to the next video you watch next on YouTube. And we will see you on another flight sim video here on the channel real soon.